Well, it is a delight to be here at Portland Nursery on Stark Street, and I'm with Susie Hancock, and we're going to be talking about really what you know, to me is like the queen of flowers, especially in the winter, the hellebores. So let's just jump right in and discuss them.
We were talking before, what more could you want in a flower? Evergreen, deer resistant,
right,
and blooms at the gloomiest time of year.
Right.
So everything there.
They really do give so much to especially a winter garden, and they'll bloom, you know, from December all the way. They're still blooming right now because these you actually picked from your garden.
Out of my garden
you?
this morning, yes.
So let's go about what is the best way to actually plant them and grow them, and what kind of maintenance do they need? Let's discuss all that.
They really aren't fussy at all. They really don't need much in the way of soil, except to be well drained, of course.
Right.
They can go into full shade, but they need a little bit more sun to bloom well. So morning sun, afternoon shade is perfect for them, or dappled shade during the day.
And you know, we've heard a lot of people discuss about cleaning them up in the fall. Tell me about what that means.
It's always good this time of year, or actually before they start to flower, to cut the old leaves off. What that does is a couple of things. One, it showcases the flowers more so that you don't have the leaves over top of the flowers, and they really pop in the garden. But it also, I think, gives more air around the plants for the new seedlings, because they will seed themselves around. Within a short amount of time, a few years, you can have an entire area of hellebores.
And if you have a good, you know, gardening soil, do you do a lot of fertilizing of them?
They really don't require a lot of fertilizer. Maybe an organic fertilizer put down late winter, early spring, you know, just about the time that they're flowering would be sufficient.
And you know, you and I have been in this industry a long time, Susie, and we have seen such a change. So let's talk about some of these beauties down here, about the differences now.
In the beginning with hellebores, you really just had a few kind of purpley colors and stuff, and they've been doing more and more hybridizing. They're hybridized for leaf color. They've got some beautiful variegated leaves now, but also for larger flowers and more upright facing flowers. One of the main complaints about people were, well, I can't see the flower because it's facing down. Well, now they're starting to hybridize so that they're facing out and facing up at you.
And they've done a lot too with, in fact, you have one here of these doubles.
The doubles.
Which are just stunning themselves.
The doubles are one of the ones that really don't reseed themselves a lot for me, but the rest of them you can depend on, once they're established, having lots more to share.
And I'm going to assume that you guys, as you've always done, have a great selection of hellebores at both stores.
We're plant nuts, and we have to have them all ourselves. So yes, we do try to bring in all the different varieties that we can get hold of.
And there's a lot of fresh new colors, like there's some reds that are really becoming quite stunning.
They're getting more and more into the reddish tones.
And then
and the collarettes too. I'm sorry.
And that's fine. Yeah, I love the collarettes. That's just they're just so adorable. Now, also, this is a fine time of year to plant them, isn't it?
It really is. You know, you just want to be careful that you don't pack your soil too much if it's very wet like it is right now. But
and should we get a bad freeze, we don't want to dig in frozen ground to plant anything really. So that's something we pay attention to. But you guys have a great selection currently, right?
This is the time, I think, to get them, because if you don't know individual variety names, pick them out while they're in flower.
Yeah, and that's always good with anything that blooms. It's nice to see the color in real time. So, you know, always at Portland Nursery you can find something, I'm sure, that you're going to want for your garden. If hellebores are the thing that you desire, come on out this weekend and look at all their wonderful plants and have a great time buying hellebores for your own garden. Thank you, Susie.
Thank you.